Alright, dudes, so we finally got some free time away from the farm. And for those of you who've been following the One Bag series, you know that the biggest challenge ahead of us right now is gathering food. And specifically in the winter. It's pretty easy in the other months as far as I can tell. Done a couple foraging things. But the winter is pretty hard. And I've been out, out and about, moving around, hiking, stuff like that. And I've been keeping my eye out for food, specifically meat, because as we've already learned, meat is what we're going to be after all the time. Meat is like the best quarry we can get, beyond berries, beyond nuts, blah, 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 blah. So, I'm looking around, what kind of meat do we have in the winter? Squirrels, man. That's all I see is squirrels. Now, I'm sure there's more. Like, I know, like, coon don't hibernate, right? They just kind of, like, stay inside when it gets really cold, and I'm sure the squirrels do the same thing, as a matter of fact. But, I see squirrels consistently on my hikes in the early morning and in the evening, consistently. And I think that's, what's it called? Diurnal? Crepuscular? Is that it? Crepuscular. I think that's it. That makes sense, because I think crepuscular means animals that come out in the early morning and then late at night, and they don't do much during night or during the day. I don't know. I'm not an animal expert. Anyway, so squirrels is what we're after today. We got free time. We can't really mince many words, even though I can't help but mince words. So I got these two 110 conibear traps I've had for a while. My big challenge today is gonna not catching cats. We have cats that roam around here, and I don't want to catch them because they eat all the mice. But let me show you. And like I'm shooting from the hip here. Like I don't have much experience with squirrels and 110 conibears. So I just thought I'd bring you guys along for the ride because I got enough time to shoot and edit a video. So fuck it. I'm gonna show you right now what I'm looking for. All the squirrel sign that I've found. Because well, I'll show you. We'll get to it. All right. Here's one thing I'm looking for, and it's, I don't know if you can see it from there. Here, I'll give you some perspective where we're at. We're at my chicken coop. There's a giant oak tree right here, right? And right down at the base is a whole bunch, a gaggle of cracked acorns. That's, Jesus. That's squirrel sign number one. That's one thing I'm looking for sure. Oops, I kind of forgot. Well, we can make it number two. Hardwood trees, man. Squirrels eat acorns. They eat the crunk out of some acorns. So any kind of interconnected hardwood trees, I've noticed they like to run along the tops of them, right? And occasionally they'll come down the trunk of one and jump off, but mostly along the tops of hardwood trees. Luckily for us, we're in a hardwood forest, so that works out well. I'm not sure if you guys can really see this, but there's one, there's one, there's one. There's a bunch of little holes in the ground at the base of these trees in my front yard. There are also a bunch of little holes that these dapper little fellows have put in my raised beds out here. Huh? That's another sign. They're burying their acorns for later. They're hoarding them like little filthy hoarders, little rat hoarders. Yeah, that's another sign. They're not actually burying them, they're recovering them. The ones they've already buried. That's what those holes in the ground's were. My bad. Now, but you're saying to yourself, and I am saying to myself, well, that's all fine and dandy in your front yard, but how are you going to see on a leaf litter floor, right, in the woods where we will be, all those acorns on the ground and all those holes in the ground? Answer, you're not. So what else can we go by? Well, I tell you, sometimes on these stumps, right? Find these little stumps. There's some acorn tidbits right there. The squirrels seem to like to eat on these stumps, and I don't know if it's just stumps or cross logs or cross poles or whatever. We're gonna try everything. Well, we're gonna try two things, but so the only other thing I have to go on, really, out in the middle of the woods in the leaf litter and everything, is during the winter, is you can see there's bunches of leaves up there. Every bunch of leaves like that, is that a bunch of leaf, or is that one leaf really close up? I don't know. Where's they're out there, I swear. There's one. There's one. Ooh, there's another one. Bunches of leaves like that. Those are all squirrel fucking homes. Now, that doesn't mean they're all populated. Squirrels migrate, from what I understand on Google. So, they're probably not all populated. In fact, I've seen a lot of squirrels on my walks run into like holes on the trees and shit. So I'm not even sure they all use those little leaf litter things there. But when they are in use, they're squirrel homes. So what I'm going to do is, I'm not going to cheat myself. I'm going to pretend. I'm not gonna go where I know the squirrels have been, because I can see all the fluff and muff on the ground that they drop, right? I'm gonna pretend we're out in the woods and all I have to go on are squirrels up in the trees, their little tree homes, and maybe every now and then I'll catch a log like that one over there that had little bits on it. So all I know then is that I'm gonna try and trap in this area. And I'll set the traps up and I'll show you what we got. Alright, here's the best we got. This is the first one, right? It's I just take this big dead piece of wood pole, I lashed it to this tree back over here. Hold on. I took 2 sticks and I tied them, lashed them together down here, and then kind of crammed the 110 Bodygrip right down in there, and the stick's pressure is kind of holding it together. There, kind of came over the top. I tied it over the top. It's a bumblefuck tie right there. Now the question is, I'm going to put 2 little acorns on that thing right there, on the dog, and or that's not the dog, on the whiskers, that's what they call it. Question is it going to set off? I think it will, if a squirrel comes along and it goes. So it took a little bit of pressure. Quite a bit of pressure, I guess. More pressure than I would think. But it went off. So I think maybe if I just rest the dog a little bit lighter on the frame up here when I set it, it'll go off a lot easier. So that's the pole to ground set, right? And I also set it. You got some perfume here. Get you off here. There we go. Alright, so it's set. As you can see, there's the his little eating pad, or at one time was. There's the pole lashed to the tree, and up at the top of that tree is a bunch of leaves. So, like I said, I'm gonna cram some acorns on that thing. Try to make it so the dog so it's set off a little bit lighter. And that's our first set. And then I'll show you the next one when we get it set up. Here's the second setup. Using sticks again. You can see I shoved some acorns on that bad boy. Call it a day. Cut down a sapling. Lashed one end of that tree. Lashed the other end. Whoa! Falling in the vines all the way down to this tree. This is the tree that has a little leaf home up at the top. So, now the real question. The reason I have done this experiment. Nobody on YouTube is like, nah, it took me this long to catch this many squirrels with this many traps. That's what we're trying to find out. So, we got 2 traps out. I'm going to check back every day, and I'll let you guys know whether we caught shit or not. And, I guess that's it. It's the end of the video. Oh, no, it's not, because I'm going to edit in me saying whether we caught shit every day. Alright, so almost end of the video. Whatever. Stay tuned! Who the fuck says that? Day 1, no squirrels. Day 2, no squirrels. Well. Look what we got over here. It's day 4. This is decidedly not a squirrel. I'm not even sure what this is. A chipmunk? Is that what they call him? He definitely came to nibble. And we definitely got him here. I'm not sure I'm not sure at all about eating these guys. That's a good kill there. That ain't much meat, right? But, I don't know, I guess something's better than nothing. But anyway, more to the point, day 4. Took us 4 days. I won't be eating this guy. I'm going to give him to my dog. He loves chipmunks. But, I haven't even checked the other trap. Maybe we have something in the other trap. I don't know. Let's go look. But hey, man, the setup worked, you know, and, I don't know, everything worked. Just wasn't counting on getting a chipmunk. I guess they're like miniature squirrels. I don't know. I have to go read about them. Maybe they're not even chipmunks. I don't fucking know. So, anyway, let's go check the other trap. Well, this is pretty interesting. Get the, look at the condition we find this trap in on day 4. I'm not even sure what... Hey, get off of there. I'm not even sure what to make of that. See if we can do some detective work. The trap is sprung. I can't tell if anything's been nibbling on that or not. I don't see any acorns on the ground. Something was eating it. Geez, I don't know. But that's really interesting, right? I don't know. If I had to guess, I guess maybe it was a chipmunk that got away. Maybe a little chipmunk, I don't know. Huh. Anyway, so it's interesting to note that, so it took 2 traps, 4 days, and we got 1 chipmunk over there. I'll go walk back over there and get him. But, it was 65 degrees out yesterday, and like the end of January, so that's like, what the fuck, right? And I think it's interesting to note that well, no, because it was 60 degrees the day before. It was 65 degrees, so I don't know. Anyway, but it was nice out. So if I was an animal, I would want to be out and about. Oh, Jesus God, here come my goats. We gotta get out of here quick. But totally lost my train of thought. Yep, 2 traps, 4 days. Some decent weather. This is what we got. I don't know anything about them. I'll have to go research them. I don't even know if you can eat them. Don't know what kind of diseases they carry. Don't know nothing about them like I've researched squirrels. So, like I said, he's getting fed to the dog. Kind of stinks a little bit. It's never a good sign. So, I don't know. Winter trapping successful, I guess? Not really, though. Ideally, we need to figure out... Ideally, we can incorporate more knowledge about our target quarry and figure out when and where to set these traps so that we could have a squirrel a day. Is that too much to ask for? A squirrel a day? That sounds like a reasonable amount of meat. It's about 800 calories of meat a day. We could live off that, right? So, anyway, we caught something, not successful. I don't know. I'm rambling now. Sorry. I'm trying to think if I got anything else to say as per all my videos, but I guess not. I guess I don't have anything else to say. Hey, Gus. Come here, man. You want this bad boy? Oh, yeah, good boy. Good boy. That's my favorite, Dad. Alright, so when I got some more time to video some more shit, I'll put it up there, but this is what we're out here doing. Test, 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 test!